is on worrying. And then I had a nice conversation with Drake on Monday afternoon, saying that I was not pleased with being censored, blocked, because I was literally blocked. You could not have, if you would type Lady Dragon in the news or Drake in the news, make sure that the article would not come out. All my other articles are there, but except this one. And Drake said, oh, I should call Google. I said, no, I'm going to wait till Wednesday. I'm sure by then they will see the error of their ways, because Google always been fair and always been fair about what's going on in the world. So guess what? A few hours, it was unblocked. Now people were looking for Lady Dragon or Drake. The article is there. And then what? Sorry, my bird is exercising. Sam, mommy's on the telephone. And then guess what? Today, again, the article is blocked. Wow, we're having a radio show and no one is allowed to read the article. Well, I just read it. Well, something they didn't count on too also that happened Sunday. I called my friends that are on other websites and other radio shows, and they picked it up, like my friend KP in Hawaii and my friend Jeff, who owns the radio show with the first interview of Cobra. So, you know, the thing has not worked because the word is out. People know what's going on. Also, I don't know if you have heard, people, but Cobra had made another interview yesterday, but it is with a very nice lady called Lisa Harrison in Australia, and he went in deep detail about what he said, majorly what he said on Sunday, on his previous interview that I talked about on Sunday, but he went even deeper. And how can I say that? He did not manage his word, okay? He was saying that it was something very positive, and something, if somebody is doubting what's going on, he says no. He said on his interview, which is very important, he said that no human has the actual real deadline date. But he said not to worry, it's happening. He said something very positive as well. He said every deadline that has been mentioned, because the lady has all these deadlines supposed to be made and announcement and what's going to happen and everything. He said not to worry. He said every deadline that everybody mentioned, everybody, okay, it's a step towards the big progress in order to get the big breakthrough. It's coming. It takes a little bit more time that they all thought. That's what it seemed to be. He said, very importantly, there's a big difference happening right now because the life forces are here. He said over 300 people are here in very high, powerful position all over the world, in assuring that the light could become victorious. He said you can see proof that we are becoming victorious every day. He said that way before they were talking a lot about the war of Iran and Israel to happen, not happening. Then they were supposed to put everybody in the FEMA camp. You know which FEMA camp, if you don't know what it is a fancy word to say Hitler concentration camp. So don't be fooled by those fancy words, you know. And he said it's not happening. So every day there are changes. Cobra said in the back, in place, but it still are changes. So and he also said something very positive as well. He said that is no ETs, bad ETs left on the planet, which is something I knew as well. But I think it was good for him to reiterate this thing. And he said the one that is left is the one that is like incarnated bad ETs, but they are that's what they call the dark cabal. but it was not a bad bunch of ETs flying in ships that's going to zap up out, like they see in all these horror movie thingy. So he says, no need to fear. This is why I was talking about the meditation, and he said to focus on positive, and he's calling for action, okay? He really loved the idea of Drake to call the people. They said they need to take action, And by letting know that the people are here and the people are awake, it makes a big, big difference because every day someone is awakened. He gave the example as the Occupy movement. People say Occupy did not do anything. No, not true. Occupy did a lot of things. It did not change how the government is governed. That he agrees, and everybody agrees on that point. What he was trying to convey about the Occupy, which I agree, everybody that knows what we're doing agrees, is that the Occupy has woke up a lot of people. Because the person who's going to work and cannot get to work because they occupy in the street, they may say, oh, never mind. But you know what? When they're not in the street every morning and they cannot go to work, well, they're starting to listen to what's going on. And now, major progress has been known about the banking and all the people with the bank being, I always call them legalized crook. You can take the name that you want, but I think it's a very good name. Legalized crook, they do whatever they want, but it's never to the benefit of the people. It's only for the benefit of their pocket. So that's what he's saying. He said everybody that does something, that get up in the morning and go do something positive, whatever it is, make a telephone to Pentagon, print a flyer, give it to somebody, sit down with somebody, explain to them, do you know what's going on? Do you know that things are going to get better? This is the process. And every day, he said very, very convincingly, okay, that every day the light is growing stronger and the dark cabal and the dark light is growing weaker. So that's a lot of positive. So people, you need to know that even though you're just at home and you just have a telephone, you don't have any money to print flyers, you can pick up the telephone and call your friends, call people, educate yourself, say, oh, listen to Cobra, listen to us, listen to anybody, anything, anything, the article, read them with them, make them aware, and help them with the process of this awakening, Drake?
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate the information. Now, one thing that I did do, I listened to a portion of that Cobra interview, and what people don't understand is that these aliens, or ETs, whatever you want to call them, they look just like us. You can't tell the difference between them and us. Probably genetically there may be a little difference, not much. Fact of the matter is, they're everywhere in all walks of life. They're here to help. Now, one thing that Cobra stated was that this was a portion of our backup, meaning that they are with us.
Yes, and then I can expand on that point there. He said that with the 300 that was saying, he said that the resistance starting in the 70s with a codename person named Michael that actually been how you call this? People were going after that person and wanted to kill that person. The person ran away. Anyway, went into a cave of some sort. I don't know exactly where. Anyway, they meet people in a cave, which is the people in the cave. If the people living underground, if people have never heard of Other Earth, well, it's a good time to make research about the Other Earth because Other Earth exists. There are people on the underground, and they help. Okay, and then they call for reinforcement, which was the fighters, the warrior fighters from Planet X. Planet X is at the end of the solar system beyond Pluto. If you want to know where it's Planet X, people, that's where it is. They were teleported here in the cavern, under the not the water, but under the earth, and they rebuilt the resistance. Now they are stronger than ever. When I'm talking about strong, I'm talking very strong. I'm talking over 20 million good aliens here underground that are ready to help us. Combined with the 300 and high power places that are already here, combined with 5 million incarnated good aliens that are here to help us. They're all here to help us. And the 20 millions, they will not come out on the ground unless something major happens that where they need our help. They're just like on standby, you know. It's like having an army on standby, okay, if something goes wrong and you need help, okay? Also, he said also they were help for another type of aliens, which it was, they call it spiritual, high wisdom, something of that sort, aliens. He said that without those spiritual aliens, the planet would have been destroyed because they're doing meditation on a daily basis to save the planet and the earth, you know. He said also, like Drake said, he was saying that the aliens that were on, that were the first contact after all this is going to be the Pleiadian, because the Pleiadian is the race, like Drake said, almost exactly like us. They are the one who is similar looking and the most and psychologically more similar, because they will be able to be accepted better by the mass. Because people that listen to me that have been following this for a long time, you have no doubt, you know, you've been doing with this for 10 years, you know. But people that are new, it's not the same thing, you know. So the new people, you know, it's going to be much more accepted. The people that look like them, you know how people are. If they're not different a bit, they be a bit funky about the whole thing. But this is how it's going to play out. The Pleiadian will be the one who's going to do the first contact. It's not only Cobra who said that. I have an interview on my free technology section on my website, which is fcm2012.com, where you can hear an interview with a gentleman called Human. And Human said a few months ago that he would be on the television this summer and be talking about free energy, and it would be talking about the Pleiadian. So the Pleiadian will be the first race that will do first contact. He said exactly like Drake keeps saying, that they will talk to specific people, private people, and then the new government, when the new government will be gone, they will talk to them. They will form a little, like, well, hell, it's like you've seen Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. You know how it goes. You know, Stargate Atlantis, you have people that introduce to the other planet. Well, something of that sort, really. So the High Commander and the High Commander there, they're going to meet, and they're going to have a meeting on the television. I mean, you need to watch Stargate Atlantis, so you understand what I'm saying. So that's the way it's going to go. Then after that, other races of alien will be more coming forward. Cobra Lisa, the lady in Australia, she asked about Tolek, and because Tolek he is more in connection with the Andromedan race, and Cobra more about the Pleiadian race. And she asked, what about Tolek? He said that there was, that's where he went in the explanation of everything, because there's many aliens races helping us. So people, I must say, we're very lucky. We have all these aliens helping us, okay? So now it's about time that we get up and go do something, you know? Like you see. Drake, like we were discussing earlier at the beginning, you discussing, but we discussed that a long time, you and I, that people telephoning is very important, right, Drake?
Yeah, the thing about all this is, and I don't want to spend a lot of time with the ET or Cobra. Primarily what you need to know is that several of the people who have been directly involved will be put into a position of ambassadors between